Hello, everybody. Welcome to a smart grasp, explore, and win. Greetings for the day. Let's get started with today's topic.
Chapter 11 Algebra Exercise 11.2. In that first sum, the side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. That is, there is an equilateral triangle. They are saying that the side of the equilateral triangle is L. For any equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. So if this side is L, then this side is also L, and the other side is also L. Now, express the perimeter of the equilateral triangle using L. So, we are supposed to write the formula to calculate perimeter of the equilateral triangle by using the variable L. L represents the side of an equilateral triangle. Perimeter means the boundary. That is sum of all sides. So, perimeter equal to sum of all sides. Now let's add all the sides of this equilateral triangle. That is L plus L plus L. L plus L plus L is 3L because L plus L is 2L. 2L plus L is 3L. 3L units. For perimeter, we will write only units. Only for the area, we will write square units, which we already discussed as part of the concept explanation. Now, moving on to the second sum. The side of the regular hexagon, figure 11.10, it is given here, is denoted by L. They are saying that the side of the regular hexagon is L. If one side is L, all the sides of this hexagon is also L because they have mentioned that it is regular hexagon. Regular hexagon meaning all sides are equal and all angles are equal. The word regular means that the all sides and all angles of any polygon is equal. If it is a regular pentagon, then all sides of the pentagon is equal. If it is a regular octagon, then all sides of the octagon are equal. So the term regular meaning all sides and its angles are equal. Now express the perimeter of the hexagon using L. So we are asked to express the perimeter of this figure using the variable L. So they have already given the hint that a regular hexagon has all its sides equal in length. So as discussed, any regular polygon has all its sides equal in length. Now let's write the given side of the regular hexagon equal to L. One side is L. Now let's focus on the perimeter. Perimeter equal to sum of all sides. Same concept. It is the boundary. So in order to calculate the perimeter, we will sum up all the sides. For hexagon, there are 6 sides. So L plus L plus L plus L plus L plus L. When we add this, we will get 6L units. Units is very important. For perimeter, we will write only units, and for the area, we will be writing square units. Now moving on to the third sum. A cube is three-dimensional figure as shown in figure 11.11. It has 6 faces and all of them are identical squares. There are 6 faces of this cube and they are identical squares. That is, they are square in shape and they are equal to each other. We already know what is a face of a cube. Best example of a cube is Rubik's cube. So here faces meaning this place. This is a face, second face, this is third, fourth, 5, 6. So there are total of 6 faces in a cube. This surface is referred to as a face. Since all are identical squares, each face is a square and they are identical to each other. For example, this face is a square, it is a square, this is also a square, and so on. The length of an edge of the cube is given by L. The length, that is the side of this square or the measurement of the edge of the cube. So this particular line is called edge of a cube. The length of that particular edge is L. Find the formula for the total length of the edges of a cube. we are supposed to find the total length of all the edges. We know that for a cube there are 12 edges. For example, consider this as a front face. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 edges. Similarly, behind also we have 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8. Now in the top we have 2, 9 and 10. We don't include these two edges because this front edge is covered as part of front face and the back edge is covered as part of the back face. So on the top we have two edges, 9, 10. Similarly in the bottom, two edges. Therefore, there are total 12 edges in a cube. Now we are going to find the total length of all the edges. So in a simple term, we can just count the number of line segments seen here in the cube, which says us the number of edges. So we have 4 line segments in the top and we have 4 line segments in the bottom. So 4 plus 4 is 8 and 2 line segments standing in the left hand side. So 8 plus 2 is 10 and 2 line segments standing in the right hand side face. So 10 plus 2 is 12. However, there are 12 edges. Now, length of an edge of a cube is L. This is given. We are going to find the total length of all the edges. So, number of edges equal to 12, which we calculated just now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So, it's 12. So on looking the figure, we can conclude that we have touched all the lines. So we have covered all the edges. If the length of one edge is L, what is the length of 12 edges? It is a kind of given one asking many. Therefore, total length of the edges equal to number of edges into length of an edge. So 12 into L, because when they give the quantity for 1 and ask for many, we will multiply. So the same concept here. 12 into L is 12L. 12L units. Now let's discuss the fourth sum. Fourth sum. The diameter of a circle is a line which joins 2 points on the circle. It joins the 2 points which lies on the circle and also passes through the center of the circle. This diameter passes through the center of the circle. So here it passes through the center C. In the adjoining figure 11.2, so here in this diagram, AB is a diameter of a circle. Yes, it is a diameter and C is its center. So C is the center of the circle. Express the diameter of the circle D in terms of its radius R. So diameter is denoted by the alphabet D and radius is denoted by the alphabet R. We are going to express the diameter of the circle in terms of the radius. So diameter is this straight line, that is diameter equal to AB. Now this AB is AC plus CB. AC is a radius. Also, CB is a radius because any line segment from the center to the circumference is the radius. Therefore, now let's substitute the value of AC and CB. This is equal to R plus R. R plus R is 2R. Hence, the diameter of the circle in terms of its radius is 2R. Now let's move to the last sum. To find sum of three numbers 14, 27 and 13, we can have two ways. So in order to find the sum of 14 plus 27 plus 13, we can solve that in two ways. Option A, we may first add 14 and 27 to get 41. Yes, 14 plus 27 is 41 and then add 13 to it. to get the total sum 54. So we will add the first two numbers and we will add the third number to the result of sum of first two numbers to get the total sum. This is one option. Or we may add 27 and 13 to get 40 and then add 14 to get the sum 54. That is, here we are adding second and third number, then with that result we are adding the first number in order to get the same sum. Thus 14 plus 17 plus 13 is equal to 14 plus 27 plus 13, that is adding first two numbers then adding it with the third number gives the same result as adding the second and third number then adding the result to the first number. We have already discussed this topic in the whole numbers concept video, associative property of addition. We can add in either way. In both the ways we will have the same result. So for any three whole numbers, for example A, B and C, we can add it in any order. Though we add it in any order, we will have the same answer. This is because of the associative property of addition. That is A plus B. Let's do it first. Then adding the C to the result gives the same answer when second and third number is added first. That is A plus B plus C brackets for B and C. Since brackets are solved first, it says us which two numbers are added first. So in the LHS, we are adding the first and second number, then adding the third number to its result. In the RHS, we are adding second and third number, then adding the first number to its result. Both gives the same answer. So this is the associative property of addition. With this, we have completed this exercise.
Thank you all for watching Smart. Grasp, explore, and win. Stay tuned for more videos.